People usually believe that losing weight is about 50 diet and 50 exercise. But in reality, those two together only make up around 25 of the equation. Another 25 is getting quality sleep, and the remaining 50 simply following through on what you committed to doing. The good news is, if you start a diet today, there's a simple way to make success almost guaranteed. Step 1 is finding motivation. There's always something that sparks the decision to change, whether it is seeing someone in great shape or an unflattering picture of yourself. That initial motivation is powerful, but it disappears quickly, often within a day. That's why you need a specific, measurable goal with a deadline. For example, saying, I am going to lose 5 pounds by July 1st, and another 5 by August 1st keeps you accountable and motivated. Next, you need a detailed, achievable plan to reach your goal. For instance, instead of having a breakfast of sugary granola, milk, and a peanut butter jelly sandwich, your new routine might be a 1-mile jog followed by 15 strawberries and 3 boiled eggs. Believe it or not, making just this one swap could lead to significant fat loss in a matter of weeks. But simply having a plan isn't enough. You need to set yourself up for success by preparing in advance. Buy the strawberries, boil the eggs the night before, and lay out your running clothes so that sticking to your plan in the morning is the easiest option. If you still buying peanut butter and jelly and placing them front and center in your fridge, then deep down, you're just waiting for the moment you'll give in to temptation. If you truly want to make eating healthy effortless, you need to make eating junk food difficult. Of course, that's easier said than done. No matter how much you try to avoid temptation, you will face tough situations. Like when you unexpectedly find yourself at an IHOP booth, realizing every menu item is over 0 calories. And you start thinking of one of the most dangerous phrases in dieting history. Here are some common ones. A. 1 cheat meal won't hurt. B. I'll actually start tomorrow. Don't ever do this. C. I'll just skip my next meal. D. Maybe I should just start bulking. This is when willpower comes in, the ability to tell yourself no. The best way to strengthen your willpower is to anticipate all the excuses you'll make and practice rejecting them. You can even train yourself to walk away from bad choices. But willpower isn't unlimited, so you shouldn't rely on it all the time. It's smarter to avoid temptation altogether. Ultimately, the best way to stay motivated is to do something consistently until it becomes second nature. If you wake up and automatically go for a jog and instinctively reach for strawberries and boiled eggs, sticking to your plan becomes effortless, and it gets easier every day. Eventually, you might even start to enjoy eating healthy and working out. And at that point, for many people, it stops being a choice and becomes their identity. That's the ultimate goal. Now, let us cover the basics of fat loss. The most reliable way to track progress is through progress pictures and weighing yourself once a week. Just know that visible changes might not appear for the first few weeks or even months, since your body prioritizes burning fat from areas you can easily notice. But once the progress becomes visible, the changes will accelerate rapidly. For accurate tracking, step on a scale every morning. But don't get discouraged by daily fluctuations. Water weight and food choices can cause temporary shifts. Instead, focus on your weekly averages to see real progress. You've probably heard that fat loss comes down to consuming fewer calories than you burn. If your body burns 0 calories daily, eating 700 will result in fat loss because your body will use stored fat and a tiny bit of muscle to make up the difference. Eating even fewer calories like 500 or 200 will speed up fat loss but make it much harder to maintain. To determine your calorie needs, use an online calorie calculator. Activity level, sedentary. Be honest with yourself, then use this number as a starting point. However, Since metabolism varies from person to person, this number might not be completely accurate, especially for those with hormonal imbalances. High cortisol, low estrogen, testosterone, low thyroid function. The best way to figure it out is to test it for a few weeks and adjust your intake if your weight isn't changing. If progress stalls for a week or more, you'll need to either reduce calories further or increase exercise. For some, counting calories works perfectly. The downside is that it requires tracking everything, reading nutrition labels, using apps, and even weighing food on a scale. Alternatively, you can estimate calories, but to be safe, always assume you're underestimating. Think something is 300 calories. It has probably 500. 800 calories, likely 0. If you assume something is too small to count, it has probably at least 50. If you want to lose weight without tracking at all, just start eating more whole, unprocessed foods. Replace junk food, chips, desserts, and refined carbs with fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. These foods keep you full while helping you eat fewer calories effortlessly. If you don't believe it, compare 200 calories of Oreos to 200 calories of strawberries.